Right, so hello, thank you so much for joining me. Rochelle here from Dreaming English United States, and can you tell me your name?
Well, thank you so much. First of all, it's a pleasure to meet you, Rachel. And my name is Lakhan. Call me Lakhan. I'm calling from Pakistan. I'm a YouTuber also like you. And apart from, I'm full-time English tutor. I'm teaching English on Preply and Italki. But YouTube is a hobby for me. I love to talk to new people. I love to talk with strangers, to learning from them a new knowledge. So that's why I'm here. And after a long time, we have just get a chance to talk to each other. It's a pleasure, really pleasure to talking with you currently.
Thank you. For me too, YouTube is a hobby for me. It got started a couple years ago as an idea that my daughter had, and now it's something that I do and love talking to people from all different countries. I don't really teach English for my daytime job. I'm kind of like what's called a guidance counselor in a high school, and I help students with their applications for college. But I like to teach people English through the videos. And I think that I'm somewhat good at that because I'm a native speaker, and generally I speak slowly and I speak clearly, and less I don't, right?
Absolutely right, Rachel. And I'm sure that I've watched few of your videos there on your channel. It was really super excited to see and learn something new whenever you're talking different topics on your channel. Whenever I'm getting a leisure time, I'm just looking on there, quick looking. So I'm thinking, wow, that's a nice person that I'm seeing many. Especially you have a long conversations or a long live, like 1 hour live or 2 hour live.
Yeah, I've been
that's
doing.
Really nice.
Yeah, that was something that one person I spoke to many months ago, and he suggested that I go live, and I was a little nervous at first to do that, but it was actually a lot of fun. And since then, I've been doing that maybe like once a week or every other week, and it's just a matter of finding something that I can talk nonstop for 1 hour about, and hopefully have people put comments in, but I need to be able to like really talk about that topic. And so that's the difficult thing. And my hope always is that more people will join and take part in the chat, so that way I can keep that conversation going. But I do love doing it. The only thing that's hard about it is talking nonstop, and I now know what it's like to be a teacher. If you're teaching for like 6 hours long and you're talking in front of your classroom, like what that's like, because it is a little difficult.
Exactly what you are talking about, and that's nice. I think that you're talking non-stop and about any topic. First of all, you are a native speaker. You're from United Kingdom, so that's really nice.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm actually from United States and not United Kingdom, just so you know. I live.
Sorry, United
No, that's okay.
It's not my misconception. Sorry, it's my mistake.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so I am from the United States, and I actually am I do love the British or the accent from United Kingdom, and I'm hoping to someday have a conversation with somebody from Britain. But any case, I live on the East Coast and kind of near Boston. Do you know Boston in the United States?
Absolutely.
Okay, most people do, but some people surprisingly do not know Boston. So I live about 1 hour. So usually when I will introduce myself, I'll say Rochelle from Boston, because they know that city usually, and they might not know the city that I actually live in, which is called Leominster. They'll be like, what? What's that? But in any case, so that's what I usually will say, Rochelle from Boston.
Very nice. I think I know because I have a talk many times. 100 times I have talked from USA. So exactly I know more about USA. And even I follow American English. I think I love American English, I think. So that's why that's wonderful. I will learn something new from today. You are really mentor for me. Absolutely a mentor, and it's a really pleasure to understand something new systems, something new ideas from you. Always, I will be grateful for that. That's nice. You look really gorgeous today.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever you have.
Thank you. Yeah, my daughter did my hair. She's 11, and she did my hair, put this lovely color in it. So, but thank you so much. You might notice if you watch my videos that I like pink and orange, so the idea was to put pink and orange in my hair to kind of have that kind of matching what I'm wearing, right? So, any case, you said you are teaching English on italki and something else. I have used italki not to teach, but to take Spanish. So, what's your experience in teaching on italki? And I have used italki not as a teacher, but as a student of Spanish. And I wondered what is your experience in teaching on italki?
Actually, as I said, that I'm much more interested on italki. I'm teaching only my native languages there. I think Sindhi and Urdu, and it's like similar like Hindi. I teach 3 languages. I have already an English on italki, but I don't have a student more on like English on italki. I have a more student on Preply. I have a 16 student maybe on Preply. I'm really active on Preply. I'm sure you have heard it's a Preply, Preply.
I haven't heard that. Maybe you can send me a text of it later. I'll look into that one. I've heard of Cambly, and italki. And I've only used italki. I've been taking Spanish with a lovely professor from Venezuela for a couple years now. And that's just my experience. I haven't gone to the idea of giving lessons myself because I work full time, so like trying to like manage giving lessons will be just really kind of complicated.
Exactly. I think that you have shared that you want to learn Spanish and you're learning nowadays on italki. And there is a little bit differences between them. It's very good differences about money. If you want to learn in a low, like affordable price, so you can learn on Preply. Preply allow you to learn from $2 per hour.
Oh wow!
So you can take classes, $2 per hour, $3, $4, $5, from $2 to $100. Between them, you can choose any one tutor.
Yeah.
So when you will select $2, you will have a many tutors, 1,000 tutors with $2.
Yeah.
Select them, check them, ask your problems, ask your systems, what you want to learn, what they have. Take trial lessons, and after then interact with them. They have a separate system to have to purchase packages, 20-hour package, 10-hour package. Once you have to do that, and after they spend your time.
Thank you. That's awesome to hear, and I'll look into that. I pay more on italki, but I don't mind because I know the situation in Venezuela is really difficult. So I kind of feel like my paying $10 an hour to my professor Aurora in Venezuela is really helping her and her family, because I think basically what people could make in a month is probably like less than $2 a month or something crazy in Venezuela. So I kind of feel like for me, I can afford to pay that, and I don't mind because I'm really helping out that person. But I think it's good to know other resources, especially for people that want to learn a language and might not be able to afford that. If they were able to take lessons on this platform you're talking about for $2 an hour, that's really a great resource for people.
Yeah, exactly what you have said, your kind words. I really loved your thoughts, and thank you so much. You have really great thought that you're thinking that whenever you're buying something, it's really useful for front of people that they are spending, they really require those needs. I think it's very good thought and great thought, and I love this one. And another thing is, apart from this, I think when we have affordable price, it's better for those people who really want to learn something. They don't have more money, they can't afford. For them, they can. But I think when we have a less price, more people are coming. No many people have the same thoughts like you have. You have really great thoughts. No people are thinking that I have to give more money so other people can live and they will have something new. So every people have a different thought.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think of like, how can somebody, if you're teaching for $2 an hour, how can you really survive as a person like trying to make enough money? And maybe in whatever country they are able to do that, maybe they're grateful to be able to work for that price. But I do know that people need more money, and I can definitely afford to pay for that. But I know there are definitely people, like maybe there's people in Venezuela that would want to check out this platform, or other countries that cannot afford $10 an hour or whatever different prices that they're charging on italki. And that might open them up to be able to study English and other languages. So that's awesome for that resource.
Okay. Even I'm also learning Spanish. I'm not with a tutor. I'm learning by myself. I think in my life, whatever I'm learning, I think I'm learning by myself. English I have started to learn by myself, I think. So I never started to any help from there. I have learned by myself. And Spanish is similar like that, learning by myself. I have one student, he's from Brazil. He know very good the student. I have many students from Spain. Yeah, I'm teaching English then. So they are helping sometime also to me. So
that's awesome. I think I started I took it in high school and college, but then when I got back to Spanish, I did learn on my own with Duolingo and other platforms. But I got to a certain point that I felt like I need to go beyond that and I need to practice speaking. And you can find a lot of people that you can practice for free. But I think when you make a particular appointment with somebody on italki and agree to pay for them, you know they're going to show up at that time. Well, if you're just maybe make an arrangement to meet with somebody that you don't know, are they going to show up? So it's kind of like maybe pushing yourself to that next level when you're trying to study a language.
Exactly. I think you have many good thoughts, and that whatever you are sharing is perfect. Exactly. And another thing, I have many things to ask you. I have many questions to ask you. But as I said, I'm really sorry. I'm really fast today. Actually, I'm planning to move to somewhere from tomorrow, from here to another side, to moving for permanent like that. I want to live in another city, the biggest city. I think I'm moving. I was shopping today. Again, I have to shop. I have to go city. So I'm really excited to go somewhere. But I want to ask something in the end of our conversation that you can give me some tips. Even you are a native speaker, and for example, the people are learning English, how they can improve their speaking English, and they should focus on grammar, tenses more, how they can be perfect. They have always problem then with their speaking. They can't finding the word. Their mind goes blank, I think. So what do you think about those things?
Okay, so I will tell you what works for me when I learned Spanish. I started studying all the grammar and studying from books, and I would learn those different grammar rules, but I would forget them after a test. And so what I found was something called comprehensible input method. And it's kind of like how I make my videos, where I don't teach grammar, because I think you can try to study that grammar and keep on studying it, and you might get it for a while, but then you forget it. So instead, the idea of comprehensible input method is to be listening to not just tens of hours, but hundreds, if not thousands of hours, watching videos, listen to podcasts, listen to news in English, everything you can. You have your earbuds, listen to them while you're walking, while you're cleaning your house, whatever you can do, kind of immerse yourself in the language and listen to native speakers. Because the more you listen to it, the more you hear different words, and they're going to really, go in the back of your brain and you'll be able to pull them up when you're having a conversation. And you will develop the right pronunciation by listening to native speakers. So that would be my biggest advice. Again, I'm not an English teacher, and I don't really believe in, learning grammar. I know if you are taking certain IELTS tests, you got to learn grammar. So I'm not going to say grammar is bad, but I'm going to say I don't think it's the best way to learn to be fluent in a language.
Well, first of all, thanks a lot of this tips that you have shared with me. I think this is one of the best tips, and the people feel hard to practice in their activities, especially when they are trying to do that. When it seems really nice that, oh my God, very nice, I will feel listen, I will enjoy to listening. But when they are physically, activity they are doing that, they feel boring. They are really unable to listen more or watch more like that. But it's very good tips, and it's very hard for some of people. But some people really like when they are sitting in front of computer, any screen, a mobile screen, watching or listening. They feel very nice. But some people it's not it's hard then. So they are studying English books, reading like that. So I think that. So in my point of view, that also I think I'm not really good listener, but I'm really good listener. I'm not good listener, but I'm a really good listener. Why? Because of whenever I'm just listening, so I can keep listening. Whenever I'm not listening, I'm really not focusing there. Sometimes when I'm not in mood, I'm trying to listen, so no. I fully not concentrated. So when I intensely sitting there, so I can just continue to listening, many videos, etc. That's happening with me, I think. So, well, that's very nice. Even I watch English movies. I love American movies. I watch with subtitles. Even I sometimes I without subtitle I can understand anything. But with subtitle, I think I can learn something new every day. What you think?
Right,
With
right. I think
subtitles,
that's
better or-
absolutely important to turn those subtitles on during a movie, or even YouTube has auto-generated subtitles, and they're pretty good. And I think that would be helpful to watch and read along to help you learn. And I understand, like sometimes I'm listening to something and I'm not focusing because maybe my mind's on other things, or maybe it's just not interesting. So you said you like American movies, so maybe focus on watching American movies, because if you're watching and listening to things that you don't find interesting, you're not really going to pay attention. So I would think it's better to focus on things that you find interesting that's going to keep your attention. And put those subtitles on, absolutely.
That's great, Rachel. Thank you so much, whatever you have given me. Even touched me. I'm really interested to asking you to chatting with you to keep carry on to learning something new. And I would like to, I would like to request you to for the next time that I would love to be fresh. I think the next time I will be free. I will never have like burden. I have many burdens. I have to go. I have to purchase those things. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's very lot of things. So I was thinking to next time is from. I really love to talk with you again. So next time, give me your time next time, and if it is possible, I would really love.
Sure.
So
What we can
for
do
now,
is we can plan a time in a few weeks and maybe come up with a topic to discuss.
I would really love. Always, I would love to hear from you.
Okay.
I would always comfort.
Okay.
But today, I'm grateful for you from my bottom. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For you. This is time for me.
Okay.
And
Absolutely. My
I
pleasure.
will take it always.
All right.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.